Hello, YouTubers out there. Morning, Russ here. I just wanted to touch base with you a little bit. My gear wrench guy is going to be here today, and we're going to go through the truck a little bit. I'll get some pictures of the outside of the truck and get some pictures of the inside. I'm really impressed with his inventory and what all he has. Scott is a very nice gentleman. He sells quite a few tools. He goes around a lot of the different factories and things that we have around here. And somebody just kind of gave him my name and told him that I like tools. And Scott come, I believe, from the automotive part. He was in the paint. So him and I have a lot in common. He painted cars and we kind of talk, and he come over here one day and I was working on a set of wheels for my Joker car, and one day I'll show you all that. But he is a very motivative person. I enjoy talking with him. I look forward every Thursday to talk with him. And on another note, I don't know if you all have a Chamber of Commerce that our Springdale Chamber of Commerce, I think, goes above and beyond to help the small business. I just come from a meeting. We have every Thursday from 8 o'clock to 9:30, I think it is, or 8:30 to 9:30, something like that. And a lot of different businesses. You get to meet different business people and different members of the chamber, and I like ours because it's one of the fastest growing ones, and they're here to help you, and they have helped me tremendous. And when I'm feeling down and out, every Thursday it kind of brings you up, lifts you up, because you get to talk to other business owners that they're having the same problem. This time of the year, it kind of makes you think, why did I get into business, and where's the next dollar going to come from? And you find out that there's other people out there that's having the same problem you are, and you kind of uplift each other. And I don't know, it just, I feel blessed that I have a supportive system in this area that helps the small business guy, and they help motivate me. Excuse me. Got a little tongue tied there. I'm a very person that I guess I get discouraged a lot. I've had to fight for everything I've had all my life. I've had to, what do you want to call it? I don't know. I've had the school of hard knocks, and I know a lot of you out there have had the school of hard knocks, and I guess that's kind of why I like this YouTube channel and that. And I see where Jay Young, talks about his business and things, and I was very impressed with, he talked about people that he lost to cancer. I lost a couple friends here last week. And it's kind of made me think, life's short, and it's very short. And I don't know, Justin Dowell and Bruce Allen, I like to give a shout out to. You guys keep up the good work. And don't worry about the haters out there, You're always going to have haters. I don't know, it's just one of them things thought needed to be said. Us small business guys need to stick together. There's people out there that like to make your life miserable. That's what they set out to do. And I try to stay positive. I've got a board that I look at every day, and it's got different sayings on it. And some of you may think that's funny or ridiculous, but I don't care. I think God wants us all to go out and help people. And I'm not going to be one of them selfish ones and blame everybody for my problems. If you're going to succeed in life, you need to have a positive attitude. And, if it takes reading a book or if it takes listening to motivational tape, hey, great. If you're motivated yourself and you're, I don't know what I want to say, if you're one of the ones that are, things come a little bit easier, don't knock the ones that's trying to run their business the way they see. We're all human beings, and we got to make our own decisions and our own mistakes. That's part of life. But don't put the guys down. And I guess that's why I look up to Chip Foose. He's one of my mentors, I'll say. Chip, treats people the way they need to be treated. He treats them, with respect. He don't, down talk them or put them down. And that's one thing I think that's the whole problem with the world today is people have a habit of trying to pawn their beliefs off on you. And if you disagree or don't agree with them, well, they want to punch you in the face or they want to down talk you. And I've never been that way. I've always tried to give somebody a helping hand if I can. And a lot of times, it aggravates me. I've had a couple customers come in and try to tell me that, well, your rate on your labor is way too high, and try to Jew me on a gun or Jew me on the price of, what I'm painting apart for them. And a lot of times I'll get defensive and I don't blow my top, but I get aggravated with them. And most of the time I'll tell them, I don't really need your business. I'd like to have your business, but if you're going to be a butthead and tell me that, that I need to come down $75 to $100, I got to make something on it. And a lot of people don't understand that with us business guys. We're in it to make money just like they have a job to do, and if you don't care to pay me the wage that I want for, the product I give you, then go down the street and have that guy do it. But I guarantee that guy's not going to be in business very long if, he's undercutting a guy just to get his business. And I've seen that happen a lot around, which is fine. I'm not that way. And I've got several businesses. We kind of work together. There's probably 6 custom shops here in my area that do a lot of it, but there's several of them that are, into the trucks. And I try to stay away from the truck lifts and things because they're doing it. And, they can get the price dropped down a lot better than I can, but I can get a lot of the car parts and the custom parts for some of the newer muscle cars and things cheaper than what they can. And they do a lot of wheels. I've had them do a set of wheels for me and pay them for it and just give the customer kind of a break. A lot of times you just need to work together if you're in small business, and don't be one of them guys that think, well, I got to cut somebody's throat just to get ahead, because in the long run, it's going to come back to you. I don't know. I'm a true believer in that. Some of you may disagree, and that's fine. I just feel that, at the end of the day, you're going to be judged on what you do and how you do it. And if you think that you got to cut somebody's throat to go out there and make a buck or a dollar, and I know there's people out there it's tried to cut my throat, and that's fine. I figure it'll come back to them. I'm a true believer. What goes around comes around. But don't think that once you get successful and once you do get where you want to be, that you really need to give a helping hand to the guy that's starting out, or the young gal that's starting their own business, because they're struggling just like you did. And I feel that that's what we're put here for, is to help one another out and not be so selfish. And I guess that's probably why I'm not as successful as I should be, because I give a crap. I care. I'm told that I'm soft-hearted. A lot of times, yeah, it's hard to do business and be a hard ass, but sometimes, I can be a hard ass, and that's the part of me I don't like. It's it's just something that I feel that He's gonna judge you on what you do in this life, and if you treat others the way that you want to be treated, I think that you'll succeed in life. It may take you longer. It may not be the right way to go about doing business. And yeah, there's people out there that will walk all over you. But you know what? At the end of the day, I can sleep and say that, I still have my integrity, and I don't have to worry what others think about me, because I know deep down in my heart that I've done the right thing and I've helped somebody out. I love the reaction I get when people walk into my shop and I've done a project for them and they're happy with what I've done, and they just can't get over the stuff that I've done customized that was in their head, that I got into their head and brought it out into the car. Now, some of them, I've tried steering them in another direction, and they said, no, they want it this way. And then they come back and say, man, I wish I'd listened to you. Your idea was a lot better. Can we go back and redo it? And there's sometimes I can, but I have to charge them for it. And there's other times that, I can't do nothing about it. Once you put paint on it, you're committed. And I tell a lot of my customers that, I ask them 3 and 4 times that, hey, is this the way you want it? And I've had one in particular that was not too happy with what I done. And I told him, I said, that was what you wanted. I done it the way you wanted, and I suggested to you a certain way, and he agreed with me. He said, yeah, it's my fault. And he said, well, he said, you done what I asked, so he said, it's on me. And I thought that was a good person. He could have got mad and, stormed out of the shop, but I told him, I said, that's, I done it the way you wanted to do it. And sometimes, in life, it kind of wakes you up, because your way's not always right. And I could have argued with him and told him no, but I listened to what he had to say, and I told him, I said, I don't think it's going to look right, but if that's what you want, I'll do it that way. But be prepared that once we get paint on it, it's not, I can't change it. And he found out, and he paid me, and he said he'll come back, and he said we may redo it. That's just a chance you take. I wished I could have a little bit more finances and things to where I could have an artist that could show them, doing it their way or doing it the way I think that would look good. But it's not always up to my way. It's more what the customer wants, and sometimes you got to do what the customer wants, even if it's wrong. And at least he told me, he said, I'm going to be a repeat customer. He said, you was honest with me. He said, you tried steering me in that direction, and he said, I respect you for that. And that made me feel good that he told me he'd come back. And I've had several customers that do that. I do a lot of lighting work. A lot of people just think that you can throw a set of lights in there and it's going to look good, or they can order it and do it themselves. And then I've had people come to me and say, oh man, you got to save me. And I had a gentleman come to me once that had got some lights that were the wrong lights, and I made them work. If he'd have listened to me, he'd have saved a little money. I wouldn't have had to charge him as near much labor as I did. but he bought them from somebody else, so I had to make the lights fit. That's just part of, owning a business. You can't always be the nice guy. And I'm rambling here. I just kind of wanted to introduce, myself and tell you what was going on. But this afternoon I'll make another video. Like I said, the Gear Wrench guy will be here, and we'll see if he cares if we go through his truck, and I'll get some pictures of the outside and videotape it. My Snap-on guy comes today too. I kind of asked him a little bit about doing a video, and maybe in the next couple weeks we'll kind of switch off between the two, but he didn't really seem too enthused or excited, so I may just do it for the Gear Wrench guy for now, and as I grow, maybe we can talk to the Snap-on guy. Don't get me wrong, I like my Snap-on guy. He's one of the better ones that I've met around. He's new at it. He's only been in a business a year himself. He bought the franchise, and he's fixing to buy another truck. He's running 2 trucks, and I give him kudos, for being he's been a businessman, but he just decided that he wanted to do this Snap-on bunch, and his goal, he told me his goal was to have at least 5 trucks, and I was like, man, you're going to stick your neck out there. But he's a young man, and I feel that, he's very motivated, and since I've seen him, he's one of the fastest growing Snap-on guys around, so I hope he keeps up the good work, because I enjoy talking with him too. We kind of joke and kid around, and I'm getting to know him a little better. And I had never bought a whole lot off Snap-on trucks. I did when I was younger, but that was, back in the day that I had a couple different jobs, and I was doing my own car stuff, and I was making pretty good money. Now I kind of have to watch what I buy, and I probably owe him a little bit too much, and same way with the Gear Wrench guy. But, they understand. They're here weekly, and, we'll go into that later on. But, I'll do a toolbox tour, but I just kind of wanted to introduce myself and tell you where I stand. And this video's probably a little bit too long, and if y'all watch it, great. If you don't, that's fine too. I just kind of wanted to give a shout out to Bruce Allen and Jay Young and Justin Dowell. I enjoy watching your live feeds, and hopefully one of these times I can be as big as they are. And thank you for listening, and God bless, and we will see you this afternoon. Thank you very much.